I was out here at the truck, and I'll explain everything that happened, and I found something that is deeply concerning. Now, I do know YouTubers that would actually reproduce the entire steps that they took to get to this point, but I'm not going to do that. I think it's fake and less trustworthy. So I'll just explain to you what happened. I'm not really sure where to start with this video. I don't know if I should start with the video or my theory. I have a theory on what's going on. Maybe I'll start there. As you know, at least I've said many times, that I have been approached by people that were pretty confrontational, and I'm 90% positive that they were subscribers. YouTube's a dangerous job, and I've always known that, and as a result, I've taken extra steps to protect myself. And I've explained some of those steps. One of the steps I did was I bought myself a little pocket camera, kind of like a badge cam, and anytime I leave here, I wear it. And it's pretty discreet. Not too many people will notice it from what I can tell. Works pretty good. I've actually got a video footage of how that works. The other thing I did was I went ahead and bought some pepper spray, palm pepper spray, POM, because neither offense went to the level of deadly force. So the first time was in a parking lot. Some guy said, hey, come here, I want to talk to you. And he was a kind of a chunky guy. And I said no, and I started to walk away, and he picked up the pace like he was going to chase after me. So I just picked up the chase. He was easy to outrun, and I just went into the store. It was pretty concerning. I think I don't know if he was trying to just catch up with me or if he wanted to have a conversation with me. The second one was a little bit more intimidating. I know that guy. He was after me. Now this guy was a Hulk Hogan. You ever remember him? Those wrestlers? This guy was huge. I actually found him on Facebook, coincidentally. And he does these workout poses. I mean, he is just a monster. So he did a similar thing, but I really think he tracked me down. I think he knew I was gonna be there. So again, it was kind of like, hey, I need to talk to you. And I said, no, thank you, I'm not interested. Yeah, I need to talk to you. And he referenced one of my videos. And so I reached behind my back. That's all I did. My hand never went inside the shirt or anything. It was just on my back. So kind of like, like that. And I think he got the idea that he knew I was armed. So he backed off, just walked away. Those were both pretty concerning to me. So like I said, I've upped my defense. We don't go anywhere hardly at all. Maybe once a week, maybe we go to Dollar General. I like to eat cottage cheese for a snack in the evening when we're watching TV. Carolyn likes to eat pork rinds. I mean, I'll eat pork rinds too, but I like the cottage cheese more. So every now and then we'll go to Dollar General and pick up some. Now there's a town further away that we have to go to about once a month. There's actually two towns. It's coincidentally a geographic anomaly, exactly 20 miles apart in opposite directions. They both have a Walmart and an Orscheln's. So we end up going to one of those towns regularly to get chicken food or, well, food, propane. See, I even have my propane in the back of the truck. I haven't unloaded it yet. But the rest of the time, we just kind of stay here. The truck is a 2015, and we've changed the tires one time. The truck's got 80,000 miles on it. I think at 60,000 miles, I changed out the tires. We got new tires, bought them at Walmart, and these are supposed to be like Kevlar tires. And I know some other troll can say, there's no such thing. Yeah, they had Kevlar as an advertisement. They weren't that expensive. I had a special order them at Walmart. These have been doing pretty good, but I noticed that the back tires are starting to wear a little, which makes sense. It's rear wheel drive. So some of you may not know this. Tires have a wear indicator, a tread wear indicator. It's right here in between the first and second tread. Some of them have them in the center tread. This one has one right here. So I know you can't see it, but you can feel it. And about every 6 inches apart, you'll find another one. There's another one right there. And so that indicator tells you that you need to rotate the tires. I do not like letting them get that low. I want to rotate the tires. Now I know a lot of people rotate the tires every 6 or whatever 1,000 miles. I just rotate mine before it hits the indicator. That way I can bring the back tires, the front tires, and those tires will never wear out on the front. So when this one starts to wear down on the back, then I'll just replace all 4 tires. It'll last me another, gosh, I don't know, 20 years. We don't drive this truck hardly at all anymore. We replaced these when we were nomads. So like I said, it's 2015, so the truck's already, what, coming up on 9 years, and it's only got 80,000. So that tells you how much we drive it. We only change the oil once a year. When that little thing, it's been longer than once a year actually, but every time that oil change monitor tells me to change it, I change it. A lot of people say you got to do it every 6 months or so. I don't. I had a mechanic actually tell me it's kind of a waste of money. So I noticed that the back tires were starting to get a little worn, and I've been thinking about rotating the tires. The problem is, and I know this is silly, but I don't have a lot of tools around here. I used to have a lot of tools before we became nomads, but I sold them all and got rid of them and different things. I only replace what we need. We don't have a lot of storage around here to be buying a lot of stuff all the time. Well, we live on this big old hill, and it's concerning that if I rotate the tires, that the whole side of the truck is going to be up. The front and back tires are going to be off on one side, and then I'll do the other side. I just don't have any equipment. I got the jack that comes with the truck. I don't have a floor jack or even a bottle jack. I don't have jack stands or anything. So I decided I was going to get myself some jack stands off Amazon. Well, when I got into Amazon, it asked me, what size do you want? Well, I was going to get the small size. I think it was 2 tons. I mean, this truck isn't that heavy. It's a little 4-cylinder. I mean, it's just not that heavy. But then I was looking at the length, and it said 15 inches. And I thought, oh, I better check that, because this does have a high ground clearance. It really is kind of nice. So I came out here with the tape measure, and I started to crawl underneath it to measure what I needed. Jack stands were $28. I got to crawling around, and I started noticing there's a lot of rust everywhere on the truck. So I crawled underneath, and I found something that was very concerning. Now, I did take it off, I'll be honest. I took it off, and then I put it back on just for the video. Now, it's going to be hard to see. I can't even hardly see it. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see, but right here is a device. Now, I have to have both hands to hold it, so I won't be able to hold the camera and take it down, but it's held on by a very strong magnet. I doubt if you can even see it, to be honest. So this was just hanging off the side of it. There's not anything to it. It has one USB, I guess, charger on it. I'm not sure. Other than that, there's nothing on it. I have no idea what this is. So of course I'm thinking Apple AirPods or whatever those things are. They use to track people. I'm not even sure what to do with this. I think I'm just going to smash it. I don't know if I want to call the police. I know somebody's going to say, call the police. I don't know if I want to call the police. Well, first of all, the police aren't going to do anything. They're going to say, oh, okay, well, thanks, have a great day. I mean, I've never had a police officer actually do anything. I was robbed twice. Police come out, take a statement, give me a case number, and that's it. I've never heard a word from them. They don't do anything. They don't care. I suspect that they wouldn't do anything with this. Oh, okay, well, have a nice day, be safe. And then when you have to defend yourself, well, then they're going to arrest you because, you know, that's terrible. Why would you defend yourself? Well, I called you and told you there was a tracking device on my truck. But it is concerning, and that's why I've upped my security. I do think that there is a group of people that is causing the issue. I watched a YouTuber a while back. They had a pretty big channel, nice off-grid channel, and they were always being harassed, and people developed a web page to harass them with. So they would coordinate their efforts on the web page. Well, then they had people coming over and causing problems and all kinds of issues. Well, when they had their baby, they decided to get off YouTube. It just wasn't safe anymore. They made one video, I think 2 or 3 years later, discussing why they got off, and you can't blame them. So here's my theory. I've told you many times that I got this guy, well, I've had a lot of issues actually. Guy from California turned me in about my septic tank, and guy from Tennessee turned me into the sheriff about my tiny house build. That guy was arrested. But recently, I've had a series of people tell me that they are a former retired code enforcement guy and that my well is illegal. So every time I get one of these comments, I block them. Well, another day comes by and someone else is saying it. I block them. Another day comes by, someone else is saying it. So one of two things is happening. Either it's a group of people who are coordinating their efforts to complain about my well, or it's one person with hundreds of accounts. Well, then they actually called code enforcement about my well. I told you about that. Code enforcement came out here, said, I keep getting calls about this well. Tell me about the well. So I said, well, you've seen it before. Yeah, I know, I've been here. I don't remember. I said, well, the only thing I did was, since the last time you were here, is I put a well packer in, cleaned it up, put a building over it. And he says, well, I keep getting complaints that you're putting dirty water in it. I said, no, I had a problem. This well's been here since the 60s. That dirty water was getting in it, and I was trying to clean it up. So I showed him everything. Put a ditch here so the water that comes off the hill hits that ditch and runs off. Put a new concrete base down. Put a well liner in, a well packer, new well pump. He supposedly, I mean, I never got any feedback from him, but he supposedly sent a fine to the person who reported it. So I knew that there was a coordination. Like I said, either there's one person with multiple accounts complaining, or it's multiple people. Now, I know there's these YouTubers out there, and I'm not going to mention their names. I'm not going to make them famous. I would like to. I mean, just the evil in me says, go get them. But I'm not going to make them famous. But there are YouTubers out there who go around specifically trying to stir up their community to go out and harass YouTubers. And it's huge in the nomadic lifestyle YouTube genre. It's terrible. I mean, there's dozens of people who are so angry that people are traveling around enjoying life. The problem is now that I'm off grid, they have followed me over here. And so they still complain and they have the dumbest reasons why they want to beat me up. Oh, we don't like how you do this with your channel. We don't like your hair. We don't like how dirty your place is. You need to clean up. Whatever the case is. One person is absolutely angry that I made a video. I keep my nails very, very, very short. But he's very angry that I was working or doing something with the chickens, and my nails came up onto the screen. I was holding at something, and they were dirty, my fingernails. Oh my goodness, I mean, he made such a big deal about it, and his audience, oh, can you imagine, he eats like... There's a saying, I was a plumber, and he says, you know what you call a plumber that eats his nails? No, what? A poop-eating plumber. Of course, I don't use the word poop. They're just so immature. Well, what these idiots don't realize is how dangerous it is for them to do that. I suspect that they don't want anybody to get hurt. What they want is for their channel to grow and they get popular by demoralizing other YouTubers. Oh, we're only a review channel. We're no different than Siskel and Ebert making movie reviews. The difference is YouTubers don't have a huge security system and bodyguards like actors do. And I've never heard anybody get angry at an actor. Siskel and Ebert, they never got angry at Sandra Bullock. Oh, it's a good movie. Oh, it's a terrible movie. But to do everything you can to get these psychopaths, and that's what it is, stirred up, so they will come out and torment you and do dangerous things like put things on your truck. The thing is it's not only dangerous to me, it could be dangerous to their viewers. I mean, I'm not just going to stand there waiting for one of their viewers that look like Hulk Hogan to come beat me up. No, I'm going to take some decisive actions. You're actually putting your audience at risk by encouraging them to go out and harass us. My personal message to these idiots is knock it off. It is a dangerous game you're playing. It's dangerous to me and it's dangerous to you. I'm not threatening you, but I won't just stand around waiting for Hulk Hogan to kick the crap out of me. I won't tolerate it. And I do call the police, and I do have people arrested, and I do have people get fined when they violate my rights. And for those of you that say, well, it's your own fault for being on YouTube, that's victim blaming. This is my job. It's no different than a young woman having to go to work at midnight. She doesn't have a car, so she walks to the gas station and back, and she gets attacked. Oh, she shouldn't be working at night. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you to a video where I was talking about the ATF was walking around here. I wonder if that's who put the tracking device on my truck. So if I can inspire you to stand your ground so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.